Oh, welcome back to our wonderful home of Chardon High School.
Okay, so we're gonna enter into the cafeteria. So when you get to school, remember you'll stay in here until 7:20. Then just to show you a little bit about how it's gonna be a little bit different. So we have our whole eating area, study hall area over here. Our guided study is going to be back here. You can get a little bit of a look of what that will look like. Okay, so a great cozy place to be able to get your work done. The Pepper Boutique will still be there, because we still have our Pepper Boutique. Our learning labs will be over in this location over here. And then we will have an additional classroom. Now this is going to be called the Cafeteria Lounge on your Infinite campus. So if you see that, this will be where your classroom will be. Nice and
This is
cozy
one of the
spacious.
first classrooms that we have retrofitted for our welcoming back students after the situation that occurred at Chardon High School. We are now entering the gym. The gym is going to be used for more than just physical education class. We're actually going to hold all health classes in what we call the upper gymnasium. You'll enter the gymnasium and go up this set of stairs. Teacher will meet you here at the top of the stairs, where we will have tables and chairs set up here for our health classes. We understand this is not ideal, but this is a short-term solution to serving our students in health.
Okay, so if you have on your Infinite Campus schedule that you have a class in the auxiliary gym, you're going to be going in this class. And you'll see it's actually a really nice setup here that we have for all of our classes that will be held here in the auxiliary gym. So we have our seats in here, we have a whiteboard in here.
We knew that when you come back is the media center is going to be all classrooms. So we need to be mindful of that when we come down to the media center. One of the first things you'll see is on the right, our old guided study area has been turned into a classroom.
Okay,
So on your schedule, if it says guided study, this is actually the classroom you'll be utilizing. Ms. Tominski won't be with us, she'll be up in the cafeteria, but this will be our wonderful classroom for,
Hi, Shane.
hey, there's Shane Quinn.
So if it says on your schedule, guidance conference rooms, the guidance conference room, so right over here by Mrs. Giddings, will be right in here. Okay, so if your class says guidance conference room, this will be where your class period will be. Okay. Now, if your schedule says media center tables will be meeting right over here. So next to Mrs. Adair.
that's okay.
So if you had Learning Lab before, if you were familiar with the Learning Lab before, we've turned that now into a classroom. So this will be where the media center table classes meet.
As a reminder, this will all still stay room 1. However, new classes will be in room 1 as we proceed through the media center that now is going to be actually walking through a classroom. So we need to be mindful of that when we're walking through our media center. Room to the right is still room 4. It will have different classrooms in it, but this is still room 4. A unique part of the media center is our room 2 that's tucked away in the back corner. And this is actually going to be room 2, which is joined with room 3. So we need to be mindful that we have 2 classrooms in somewhat of the same setting. As always, you'll see me here manning the 4 doors in the morning. This is where students will be entering.
Okay, so student parking will remain the same. So this area over here, both on this floor and upstairs, will be blocked off. You see there's a barrier there now. There'll be an additional barrier, protective barrier, in this specific location. Okay, so you see that barrier over there? Okay, that barrier is actually going to be moved up here. We're going to have an additional protective barrier in this specific location. Everywhere where there's protective barriers, those are restricted areas for everyone, including administrators. Okay, so obviously we have limited space in the building now, and with limited space means limited hallway space. We want to be mindful of that. Throughout the day, there's going to be a lot of people, more than usual, in our hallway spaces. Also be mindful that you more than likely will be traveling outside throughout the day. So you want to make sure that you wear appropriate attire for making your transportation from one class to the next, and we're going to be going through what specific classes will require outdoor movement in just a moment. Okay, so there will be someone here monitoring, a teacher will be monitoring, or SRO will be monitoring as well, to enable you to both get in and out of the school if you need to go to 106, 108, 109, band or choir. And you're going to go out these doors. And again, it's going to be chilly, so make sure you're dressed appropriately. This will all be shoveled and salted to make sure that you're able to walk safely to your classes. So if you're going to be going to 106, 108, or 109, you'll be going to door 17. And you're going to walk this walkway and make sure that you stay on the walkway. This area over here where it says door 18, this will be a work zone. Okay, so just like the other areas are restricted areas, this will be a restricted area. I'm going to walk this way. Again, this is to get to 106, 108, or 109. And we're going to go through door 17. Door 17, like the four doors, will have a teacher who's there who's able to monitor the door and enable you to get in and out. I also recommend, so you can see we have a commute here, that you do use the restroom during your lunches, during study hall, so that reduces any chances when you're in classes after you've walked through here to have to go back to the other side of the building to use the restroom. Okay, so there will be a teacher right here, okay, who will let you in, and then you'll have the ability to get to 106, 108, and 109. And again, restricted barrier in this specific location right over here. All right, then if you have band or choir, you're going to go through these doors. So we're going to walk this way.
It's important that we stay on the sidewalks when we're outside the building. We have traffic on the street, obviously, but also in our parking lot. So make sure you stay on the sidewalk at all times.
Go in here, door 16. Once again, we will have a staff member who's guarding the door who will let you in. And then this will be how you get into the band and choir room. We'll go up these stairs right here. Mr. Long has one period that uses the weight room. So if you have the weight room, this will also be where you enter door 16. When you're coming back to the main building, we're going to go through the same door. So door 20. And again, you'll have a staff member who's seated here who will let you into the building.
We missed all the bloopers and everything else, but as always, we're the same. Ms. Pavasek, Mr. Hyam, Mr. Murray on the camera. Nothing has changed on that end.
All resources are still available to you, so we still have Mrs. Blackburn. Oh, we have Mrs. Blackburn. She's even here, of course, as always, here for you anyway, which way you need her. We will still be in our offices as normal as you need us, so feel free to come into student services throughout the day if you need us in there. Although we do have classes that will be occurring in the media center, obviously our guidance counselors will be available to you as well, and they are in those same locations.
Student services will look slightly different during the day because it will be housing our small group testing. So be mindful when you do come into student services, there will be students that will be testing.
And at least, obviously our nurse will still be here, Mrs. Jackson, so the nurse's office is exactly where it was. So with that said, we want to say how much we appreciate how resilient and responsive you've all been over the past week. We've heard wonderful things from your teachers regarding how you've responded to the virtual learning and the great things you're doing at home as we speak. We're so excited to have you back on Monday. We're going to make it work. Go Toppers.
Go Toppers.